From a calm blue horizon to a moment that almost turned into breaking news, the entire Taiwan Strait flipped in seconds. One minute, everything looks routine in the Taiwan Strait, and the next, a Chinese warship made a move so bold, so silent, and so intentional that even the USS Higgins crew felt this shift in the air. But what happened out there wasn't an accident. It was the start of something bigger, and it hasn't ended yet. At 3:42 p.m. on September 17, 2025, the Taiwan Strait isn't loud or chaotic. It's quiet in that eerie, heavy way right before something snaps. The USS Higgins, a U.S. Navy Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, is cruising on a lawful freedom of navigation patrol east of the Taiwan median line. Routine, predictable, nothing unusual. Then, out of nowhere, a Chinese Type 052D destroyer swings into a hard turn, not parallel, not shadowing, but pointing its bow straight at the Higgins like it's lining up a charge. No warning, no radio call, no signal. That silence alone is aggressive. Inside the Higgins' Combat Information Center, a voice cuts through. Contact altering course. CPA under 200 yards. 2 football fields of water between 2 7,000-plus ton warships. At sea, that's already dangerous. The Higgins tries hailing the Chinese ship. English first, then Mandarin. Nothing. The Type 052D keeps pushing in, bow locked onto the Higgins, climbing past 25 knots, nearly 30 miles per hour in a hull built to kill submarines, knock down missiles, and ram vessels if ordered. SPY-6 radar tracks everything: speed, heading, acceleration. However, strangely, radar isn't what worries the crew most. It's the silence. Silence during a close intercept is never innocent. It's intentional. And the message China is sending is clear. How close can we get before you flinch? One mistake, one misread angle, and this turns from tension into worldwide breaking news. Because warships don't bump, they collide violently. By 3:43 p.m., radar confirms what instinct already knows. The Chinese ship isn't just approaching, it's accelerating. SPY-6 logs the jump from 21 knots to over 25 in under 30 seconds. That's not patrol speed, that's intercept speed. CPA falls to 185 yards, 2 minutes until their paths intersect. Bridge to bridge goes out again, calm and by the book. Unidentified Chinese naval vessel. This is a United States warship conducting lawful transit. Alter course immediately. Silence answers again. Inside the Higgins, no one needs a briefing. This is deliberate. The CIC tags the vessel, Type 052D, Luoyang 3 class destroyer, China's workhorse, loaded with HHQ-9 surface-to-air missiles, YJ-18 anti-ship missiles, a 130mm gun, and the radar suite to make it all count. But Higgins isn't backing down. Its 5-inch gun slews slightly, not threatening, just visible. A message: we're watching. Every second gets logged, every angle, every heading change, every burst of acceleration. Radar frames, voice recordings. Because if this becomes an incident, the US will need evidence, not statements. ROE quietly kicks in. Document everything. Posture, don't provoke. Activate non-kinetic systems. SLQ-32 electronic warfare suite powers up. Within seconds, it detects a narrowband radar from the Chinese ship. Not passive scanning, active targeting. Still no radio reply. Still no course change. Still that sharp, heavy silence. The watch officer finally voices what everyone's thinking. They're watching us, but they're not talking to us. Inside the CIC, tension is controlled, quiet, mechanical. Engine steady, helm locked. Fire control plotting angles without arming anything. Every move is deliberate because one wrong decision could drag 2 nuclear-armed nations into a crisis. At 3:45 p.m., the Higgins makes its next move, subtle but powerful. The MH-60R Seahawk on the aft deck powers up, rotor wash exploding across the stern. No weapons loaded, no aggressive maneuver planned. It's a signal, not a threat. The Seahawk lifts to 200 feet. FLIR pod activates. Instantly, the Chinese destroyer's entire upper deck is scanned, including bridge windows, radar mounts, gun housings, exhaust heat, and crew positions. Every heat signature, every movement, every crew member. Inside the cockpit, the sensor operator zooms in on the Chinese bridge. If China denies anything later, they'll be facing clean, time-stamped, geotagged footage. It's no longer a standoff, it's a surveillance duel in high definition. Then, at 3:46 p.m., the most dangerous possible thing happens. Nothing. The Chinese destroyer holds course, holds speed, gives no radio, no signal, no gesture. 2 crew members stand by the 130mm main gun, not manning it, but ready. Back on the Higgins, a decision looms: shadow or push through. Shadowing keeps things calm, but invites China to keep pressing. Pushing through refuses to bend, but raises risk. The CIC works on the decision matrix: collision risk, high; escalation risk, moderate; legal authority, solid. The Higgins is in international waters, fully within its rights. But China keeps closing. FLIR shows subtle movement. The engineering crew braces on deck, and rail watchers tighten their posture. Everyone's waiting for the moment someone crosses the line. Then another call hits CIC. Contact. Steady bearing, CPA under 150 yards. 1 minute. This is the line. The moment when someone blinks or something breaks. At 3:47 p.m., China finally blinks. Barely. A slight bow shift, maybe 5 degrees, but enough to avoid collision. The destroyer drops its speed from 26 to 23 knots, then to 21 knots. Close, not catastrophic, exactly how Beijing wants it. Seconds later, the radio crackles alive. Mandarin, flat, scripted. U.S. Navy vessel, you are approaching a Chinese-administered maritime zone. Alter course immediately. The Higgins replies instantly. Conducting legal passage. Unsafe maneuvers are being documented. Translation, we're not moving. Overhead, the Seahawk records every pixel. The Chinese deck crew steps away from the gun. One sailor gestures palms forward. We're done here. But they're not done. They're resetting the board. This isn't an ending, it's a probe. And now we hit the part of the story where you really need to pay attention, because what comes next unlocks the bigger purpose behind these encounters. And hey, if you're enjoying how this breakdown is unfolding, make sure you subscribe and join the channel. Keep watching, there's something at the end you're definitely gonna want to catch. What happened in the Taiwan Strait wasn't a one-off. It was part of a long, calculated pressure campaign. For months, China has been tightening the screws, shadowing U.S. patrols, cutting across Japanese destroyers, buzzing Australian aircraft, replaying these encounters across the South China Sea, East China Sea, and now the Taiwan Strait. Same choreography every time. Get close, push hard, make it look legal. It's a classic gray zone strategy. Military pressure just under the level that would trigger retaliation. No shots, no missiles, just inches, seconds, silence. In August 2025, Britain's HMS Richmond got cut off by a Chinese frigate near the Spratlys in almost the same way. Cameras caught everything: the silence, the intercept, the message. A month earlier, a Japanese P-1 maritime patrol aircraft had to peel off when a Chinese J-11 screamed past in international airspace near the Senkaku Islands. Tokyo protested, Beijing ignored it. This is why destroyers like the Higgins sail with legal teams, surveillance tools, and helicopters equipped with sensors that turn encounters into evidence. Because this isn't only about keeping sea lanes open, it's about controlling the narrative. Whoever proves they followed international law wins the diplomatic fight. Whoever slips on camera loses. So no, the Taiwan Strait incident wasn't random. It was calibrated pressure, a test the U.S. refused to fail. Both ships walked away, but neither forgot. Now here's where you come in. Should the U.S. push back harder during these encounters, or is staying steady the smart long-term move? Drop your thoughts below. We read every one.